up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Market Marauders, beating the market one trade at a time. First things first, hit that subscribe button down below, like, comment, share. So let's dive into it. So today I'll be giving you an update on my Robinhood portfolio. This is my 1 month, up 394.14%, and it says plus $2,078.87. So doing pretty good, growing this account, growing it from about $528, 517, around the 500 range, up to where it's at now. Today it went up drastically to about 34, 58, 14, and then it went back down a little bit. So going into some of the things that I'm invested in, I have two options that end at the end of the week. So I have one for AT&T. It was a put. Read some articles about it. You know, thought it was going to go down, and it reversed. Also, McDonald's. I had 7 contracts for McDonald's. Thought that was going to go. Went the opposite way. Went up because of the Beyond Meat kind of, rumors or things that are going on with Beyond Meat and McDonald's. And McDonald's just been doing fantastic actually. So that's one thing with trading. You're not always going to be right. Uh, you know, you lose money sometimes, then you gain money. It's just the way it goes. But I'm just here to show you guys that you can start off with a small account and you can grow it to make a big account. Um, Anybody can do it. You don't need a large amount of money to do it. So it's basically what I'm showing on here. Uh, I have a call. I have 3 calls that expire next week. So I have a call for Twitter, and that's currently at -2. I have 2 contracts on that. Bank of America, BAC, I have a $32 put. That's currently in the negative. And then I also have a Tesla call for 740, positive $471 on that one. Um, and you guys have seen Tesla in the news. It's been doing crazy numbers. It went up significantly today, which is always a great thing. Um, and I expect it to continue to go up even more, in my opinion. Next week, Tesla has its earnings, and so I think it's going to rally around those earnings, and I honestly think the earnings are going to be really good. Um, I think moving forward, the earnings are going to be better than what people expected because the company is just doing so well. Even though it has had a couple of negative reviews in the media, I think that put aside is not going to determine how the earnings are. Once we see that on paper, the numbers and how they've been doing, I think we're going to be actually surprised on how well the company's actually doing. Facebook has earnings coming up as well. So some of these are kind of timed around earnings. All of them really are timed around earnings, except for like the McDonald's one and the Spy one, but I haven't gotten to that one yet. So Facebook, for the week after that, I have one call. Well, I think 2 weeks after that, I have one for Facebook. Then I have another for 710 for Tesla, uh, a Tesla call, the 250 Facebook call. That's 2 contracts, and then 2 contracts for Apple. So Apple, I think I timed this after the earnings. I think once the earnings comes out, that's going to turn around. Um, that's going to yield positive. Facebook as well. I think you know once those earnings come out, that's going to turn around. That's going to eventually turn around before that contract actually expires. And Tesla 17 call has already yielded itself profitable. It's plus 806 today. That was what the significant jump was. This jump right here was basically Tesla. Both of the Tesla calls. It had jumped all the way up to 34, 58, 14. And that was just in thanks to these 2 Tesla calls just went crazy today because of the price movement. The Apple one, like I said, I think is going to go, you know, positive. And then I have one down here, which is kind of a more riskier trade, but that one is my SPY call for 360. So SPY, um, I kind of went against the grain when thinking about doing SPY. Um, so SPY, people don't know what SPY is. I have it pulled up here. SPY is basically an ETF, and these are their top 10 holdings. So we have Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Berkshire Hathaway, Alphabet Class A, Alphabet Incorporated Class C, JP Morgan Chase, Johnson and Johnson, and Visa. So if we look on here, Apple is 4.97% of the total holding. So it's their largest holding. All these together make up 23%, 23.26% of this total SPY ETF. But, one thing I think people didn't really consider is if we look at it, Apple has their earnings on the 28th. Microsoft has their earnings on the 29th. So that's two of their largest ones that have their earnings in the same week. So I think, this is going to go up because those two, their two largest ones, have their earnings. Then if we go to Amazon, Amazon has theirs on the 30th, and Facebook has theirs today. They had theirs. So on the 22nd. So, you know, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple are basically going to all have their earnings before, and Johnson and Johnson. Johnson and Johnson had theirs today, and it was really good. I think J.P. Morgan Chase had theirs, and it was really good, if I can remember. I'm pretty sure it was. Johnson and Johnson's was really good. I think they beat their earnings, and Facebook, I haven't really looked at yet. I haven't dived too much into that, but I'm pretty sure Facebook did okay when it comes to that. But their top three basically have their earnings on the same week. So, if we look at it, two of them have already had their earnings. Well, three of them have already had their earnings. So that's Facebook, J.P. Morgan Chase, and Johnson and Johnson. And then Visa is going to be on the 30th as well for their earnings. So, if we take Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Visa, that's a large portion of this 23% that's going to be, increasing. And then I think on the 3rd of February is when Alphabet Class A and Alphabet Class C both come out. So, you know, jumping back into this is for the 24th. So it's plenty of time for the market to react to, you know, those earnings coming out, and I expect it to go up. That's why I have so many of them, and they weren't that expensive; they're just $1 each. So, if you guys are looking for I guess kind of deals out there. This is one way to do it. Just go and do your due diligence and look and see when things are going to come out and when if there's an ETF and a whole bunch of the companies are going to be giving their earnings around the same time, then most likely that ETF is going to go up or go down. But if you expect all those companies to do really well, then that ETF is most likely going to go up. But if you expect all those companies to do like really bad, then that ETF is going to go down. The thing with the ETFs though is that it's a collective group of stocks that make that ETF price. So if you expect all of them to go up, then you expect the collective whole ETF itself to go up and people to rally around it because it's going to be at a better price because it has all these good stocks bundled together. So that's just one way to look at it when trading. If I go down here, some more, I have some fuel cell shares. They've gone down quite significantly, but I'm still plus 63 because I bought them at like 38 cents a share, like 37 cents a share. So I'm still positive on that, and it's still in the $2 range. So not too bad on that. TRNX. I'm still plus $358.84 on that. SLS, I'm still plus $42.28 on that. So these are all still positive. That's why I'm holding on to them. TRNX supposed to be distributing shares. Still haven't received those yet. Don't know when those are coming. But it's not really a big deal. Um, the other ones, though, you know, I'm excited to see where this Tesla call is going to go, and uh, to see these two, to see if possibly the Apple one and the Facebook one will turn around and be positive. Since Facebook's was kind of today, I'm gonna go look more into that and see how they performed. But I'm thinking it was pretty positive. Coming into it, and having it a buffer between when the earnings came out and when your call expires is always a good thing. Having this one the 31st was a little risky, but I kind of was playing the fence. So I had one after, which was lower. Then I had one that was higher, that was before. So, this one was kind of more of a gamble, but this one was kind of like more of a secure, because I honestly think that it can go up to 600, and even higher. So this is after earnings. I expect it to rally like crazy. And this is before earnings. I Not really before earnings. This is the week of earnings. So 2 days after earnings is when this expires. Because I think the earnings is on the 28th. I mean the 29th. So I expect to rally on both. So I think these are pretty secured on these two. But I'm interested to see how these two perform and if they'll turn around. I'll give you guys an update on my portfolio when that happens, and how it went afterwards. Um, but you can start off with a small amount. The thing is, if you have losses like these, like uh, like these two, um, is to always learn from them. That's the main point of, or like these, any losses that you have is to learn from them. Uh, it's not always about, well, I want to maximize the amount of money I can have and trying to make money really fast, really quick. It's always to learn, to become a better trader. That's the whole point of it, because it's really a competition. You're competing against everyone else in the market to make sure that you are right and that your predictions were correct. Now, the better you can get at that, the more money you're going to make, obviously. But, you know, it's always good to learn from any mistake that you had and to try to grow from it. That's the main point of trading. And that's going to yield you the most profits. It's not always a glamorous thing. I know I see some people online who are like, made millions of dollars trading, but there are losses that are along the way um, there too. So you know, losses do happen, but the more you can learn from those losses and from the wins, because there's something that could be learned from these too. I had a Tesla call, one of my old videos, where I made like, I think it was like 1,200 from that one call. So, lessons were definitely learned from that call, and they were applied with these two. So, you know, you can learn from making money too, as well as losing money. But in all your trades, try to make sure you learn something, a takeaway, a pattern, how a stock performed around news, how the market performed, given current situations. That's the whole point of trading, is to learn. Learn as much as you can, try to find the best trade you can, and then it'll always yield profitable. Learning is the most important key when it comes to trading, and that's why it's such a amazing field, because you can learn so much, and the more you learn, the more you're rewarded for it. Unlike some other things, whereas you learn things and you're not really directly rewarded for it. In the stock market, the more you learn and the better you are at it, the more money you make, and who doesn't like money? So that was just an update on my portfolio for Robinhood. Looking to grow this more as time goes on. But hope it helped you guys out there. Hope it helped some of you new traders, and maybe even some of you veteran traders out there. Hope it gave you some ideas on some trades, some calls and puts out there. Learn from my mistakes, and learn from my wins too, because I'm just here to help you guys be better traders and help myself be better trader. Um, so make sure you hit that subscribe button down below for more updates. Hit that notification, like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.